Let's tackle one company which perhaps has given us some hints in the analyst meet about missing FY19 revenues. There's also a crystal downgrade of Dilip Buildcon's bank facilities and debentures. We have Rohan Suryavanshi, Head Strategy and Planning at Dilip Buildcon, joining us. Good morning, Rohan. Thanks much. Before the downgrade, I wanted to know about your revenue guidance. You have some doubts. Is execution a problem?
Hi, first of all, good morning, ma'am. Pleasure being on your show. So, firstly, let me try and sort out this little confusion that's there. We don't have any execution problems. In fact, we're looking at a very fantastic year. From last year's revenue of total revenue of 7,700, we had indicated towards a number of about 10,000 crores. So we were looking at about a 30% plus kind of growth. Now, whatever we had guided towards is obviously based on certain assumptions when we will be able to start our projects and all. Now, the current situation, the government hasn't been able to give appointed dates for certain projects that we and a lot of everybody else in the industry had won. Obviously, if those projects don't start on time, the revenue that we're expecting from them will not start. So, which is why, as a prudent company, and I think knowing well in advance that if there is any kind of chances that they might be slippage, we kind of indicated that if these projects don't start soon, we will end up missing out on whatever total sort of guidance we had indicated towards. But it's still, we are looking at a very, very fantastic year, and I'm still, I think I'm very, very, very confident that our total revenue for the end of the year will still be higher than the growth percent will be higher than the industry average.
If you can tell us what exactly are you expecting in terms of a revenue? I mean, the year is now only 2.5 months to get completed.
Right. So, like I said, the guidance is still the same. The only thing is we feel that if the projects don't start, it will miss on some of those levels. But it will be, if at all, it will be a very small percentage sort of deviation from that. So there is no major sort of deviation that we expect.
Yeah. So Rohan, morning. The number that I think one of the reports put out was maybe minus 10%, not more than that, from the 10,000 number. But is it a contained problem? Is it only with respect to one or two projects? Which are these projects? Is it just a permission delay issue? Therefore, one should expect that if it doesn't accrue this year, it will simply slip over to the next fiscal. Or is there something bigger that we should read into this?
No, I think so. Number one, the 10% of this thing number is really high, and I think it's just someone's own assumption rather than any indication by the government. And the second, the problem, like I said, in terms of getting appointed dates, it's an industry-wide problem. A lot of projects which were awarded even in March 2018, a lot of them across the industry for almost all players are waiting appointed dates. So it's an industry-wide problem, not just another thing. And we are kind of awaiting. So we are expecting the dates to come soon. But let's see how, because these are things which are outside and beyond our control.
But the miss will not be more than 10%. Can you confirm that, if at all there is a miss from the 10,000 crore target?
Yeah, that, like I said, that number is a huge assumption by whoever assumed it. Like I've indicated earlier as well, it's a small miss. If at all it will be, it won't be like something like that.
Okay. Why did CRISIL downgrade the bonds? Did you delay any payment, or is there an excess of working capital or debtor days?
No, it's not. It's just, I think, there's a difference between their assumption and how we are sort of working. Now, whenever a company is in a growth phase, obviously you are going to be using more working capital, and you're investing in equipment. While CRISIL, and I think some of the difference in opinion was there, that how we would, whether we are growing or not growing. So if we want to reduce our debt, the easiest way for any construction company, especially someone with our model, would be to have, no growth. And if you have no growth for, let's say, like 2 years or 3 years, you pay down, you don't need any additional working capital, and you don't need to invest in any more in equipment. That way, whatever you're existing, that is, it keeps getting paid down. However, we saw certain opportunity. The industry was expanding at a very rapid sort of pace. And we felt that we were poised to take advantage of that, given that...
What is your total debt, Rohan, long-term and short-term? And what are your debtor days?
So, ma'am, our total debt is about 3,400 crores. So also let me actually give you certain data. 5 years ago, when we were doing about 2,600 crores of top line, we had about 2,200 crores of debt. Right now, on a trailing 12-month basis, we have about 8,600 crores of top line and about 3,400 crores of debt. So for 6,000 crores of additional top line, we've only used 1,200 crores of debt. So that shows how much disciplined we've become. Now, in terms of debtor days, it's about... I think 55 or 60 days, somewhere around that is what I know.
Okay. Got that point, Rohan. Quick class clarification. Is there any issue, any legal issue in MP with respect to the tendering process? When one did hear reports about maybe an FIR that the state government has filed in MP. Can you just set the record straight here?
No, nothing regarding to us. I think there is some issue with certain tenders, but none of it is anything related to us. Primarily in the last 3 years, we haven't won any tenders in the state government of MP. So these are really sort of unrelated news and issues.
Do you do business with them? Do you currently have ongoing projects or contracts with the MP state government?
We just recently won 2 contracts from the MP state government, which were 250 crores each, the Bhopal and Indore Metro. So on our total order book of 25,000 crores, the total exposure to the state government of MP is 500 crores only, and that too was only a very recent win. So otherwise, besides that, we don't have any exposure to the state government of MP. And even if you will go back and look at all our public disclosures, before the time that we went public, we hadn't been winning any projects from the state government of MP. If we have presence in MP, those are national government projects that we are executing. But that too is a very small percentage.
Any reduction in debt before the year is out?
Yes,
March 31st.
While it is our endeavor, and we expecting the debt number to reduce from wherever it was in quarter 2, we don't know how much. I don't want to comment on right now how much we will finally be able to achieve, because a lot of it is dependent on, like I said, my projects getting started, the mobilization advances coming from there, and all of that. But we are fairly confident that it would be it will still be a better number.
Would you get money from SHREM, no?
Yeah, that is happening, but we're also investing in our new projects. No? We've also won a huge PPP HAM portfolio. We are also investing money there. So all of that is happening.
All right.
So, which is why I gave you that number that, from 2,600 to 8,600 crores of top line, our debt has only grown 1,200 crores.
Sure.
From there to now. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rohan, for joining us, and have a great 2019.